ask yourself what you do if fortune passed you by, forcing you to regard your morality through a cloudy glass eye. It would make you stick a fork in your conscience to see how it was done. Your intellect would battle heart and soul with trials often fought and seldom won. Just listen to yourself. Just listen to yourself. Just listen to yourself. Just listen to you can see what you think. See what you think. Just like a fish out of water, drowning in the air, we flip the channels with our opposable fins and never, ever care. Listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. Listen to
Morning, George. Let's go. It's time for our room.
Okay, Mr. Greenfield.
Well, what are you working on?
Just reviewing some notes for the history test tomorrow.
Any problems?
No problems. I think I got everything.
Don't you have a history quiz today, too?
Oh my God, Mr. Greenfield. I've just been wrapped up in all this other stuff.
George, you've been absent 18 times this semester, and you're on attendance probation.
I know.
Well, I've noticed that the amount of work you do in homeroom has been increasing, and I have to wonder if the quality of your work is not rapidly declining.
I always have valid excuses. Just that I've got so much work and with drama rehearsals after school and all that.
You know, you've always gotten good grades.
Yeah, in 9th and 10th grades. But for some reason, now it's different. I can't figure it out, Mr. Greenfield. My parents are always getting mad at me, and, well, that's why they vouch for me. I'm starting not to tell them when I have work, so they'll let me come into school. Isn't that stupid?
Well, how many advanced courses do you have?
2 honors, 2 AP.
Well, I hope it doesn't get out of hand for you.
You're not the only one.
Everyone take a seat. Please quiet down. Jason, what are you doing?
I'm just looking at Lydia's comic book, sir.
Okay.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Stand up, everyone.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sarah. Can I borrow your math note? Thanks.
Mike, what is wrong with you? I tried to call you last night and I got your voicemail. You said you'd be home.
Yeah.
But where were you?
He came, got home at 2.
But you're grounded for the week.
Parents weren't home, got home late.
How do you do it?
Thanks.
Might cover that up, the teacher might notice.
Teachers never notice.
Lucky for you. I'm getting you through your senior year, you know.
Hey, it's cool.
Does it exist around
Hey, Andy, I gotta ask you a question.
Scott, I gotta get to class.
I know, but I just need to find out what's on the psych test today.
Why, you didn't study?
I had football practice.
Oh yeah, all night long, right?
Come on, Linda's being a real loser. She won't tell me the answers. If I don't pass the test, I'm not gonna be able to play this weekend.
Look, Scott, you do this to me every time. I wish I had someone to go to, to ask for the answers to the test and all that, but, I'm not gonna do your dirty work.
It's not like that. I mean, I have a zillion things to do all the time. Come on, man.
Look, I just don't know.
Come on, man. Help me out. Just this last time, help me out, please.
Okay, we're going to end this quarter with some fun, folks. Each one of you is going to be responsible for completing this, well, by the 15th, which is tomorrow.
Mrs. Miranda, what is the project on?
I'm glad you asked that, Krista. You're going to have to hand in to me tomorrow, typed, a short research paper.
How short is it?
True.
Your papers will have to discuss thoroughly the physical and chemical properties of 7 different elements. You'll be able to use encyclopedias, internet, chemical abstracts. Harmony?
What are the chemical abstracts again?
Chemical abstracts are kind of an almanac of elements that will really help you in figuring out chemical and physical properties. Ask the librarian where they're kept.
The librarian?
We have to do this in the library by tomorrow?
You're going to have to go to the library. You can work in groups.
This sucks.
Well, since Sam thinks this is not entertaining enough, let's add a couple of things onto that. How about the domestic and industrial uses of each of those 7 elements?
Good job, Sam.
Whatever. Thanks, Yeah, whatever.
Look, you better just get going. Sign in when you get to the library. They're expecting you. Go on. Smile.
How's it going, Justin?
Better than I thought.
What do you mean?
I mean that the people that actually write these papers, they're morons. I mean, it's much simpler to use what's already here.
Justin.
No, really, Marilyn, listen to this. A writer who has an accurate eye for the small wonders of the commonplace. Updike has a gift for using banal phrases of domestic joy and discord to give dimension to familial situations, which he seems to absorb from the storms and brief moments of quiet in modern life. Now, Mrs. Lofton hasn't seen my extended writing skills yet, so it can easily become, right here. Updike has a gift for using banal words of happiness in Discord to give dimension to family situations. Looks like I know what I'm talking about. What?
You can't do that.
What are you talking about? It's brilliant. It's totally different. It's perfect.
You're an idiot.
What now?
Did you understand what Mrs. Lofton meant when she said in your own words? Were you dead when she said paraphrasing does not mean changing a word here or there?
Well, you see, that's where I'm a champ. You see, because I'm not just changing one word here or there. I'm changing many words all over the place. And that, my fine feathered friend, is with the magic I'm working on this teacher this very time. This is our first research assignment for Mrs. Lofty, and she's never seen my magic before. All right, you want to hear it? Look, we've been friends for 3 years, so I'll tell you all of it, okay? Look, my dad's a big trial attorney, right? And he's always telling me, son, someday you're gonna take over the firm, and you better be ready when you do. Marilyn, I'm stupid, all right? Look, I got a lower score on my SATs the second time we took them. I've never written a paper by myself my whole life. You understand? My whole life. All I know how to do is cut corners. If the people in charge of me ignorant enough to let me get away with it, then I deserve what I get, and I will get through. I can do it, and I will do it. I have to do it. You don't know what you're talking about.
And you won't ever know what you're talking about.
Let's talk about the chupacabra. Sorry I'm late, sir. Sorry I'm late, sir.
Where have you been, Mike?
Don't even ask.
Another basketball game?
Hockey, Panthers.
Drunk still?
Nope, got 100 on my map. And there's a party tonight at Dave's. 3 kegs.
So you're resting now?
Gotta do my math.
No, I'll do it. You'll screw it up and not be able to go out.
You're the best.
Hey, Krista, why's Harmony singing all by herself? I don't know. Do you see Lewis and Greg anywhere?
Frolicking in the stacks.
Shut up, Sam.
Listen, Mickey, she chose to be with those guys. It's her problem. We've got to hand her newspapers in 15 minutes.
I'm going to talk to her.
What are you doing, Mickey?
Yeah, last door onward. Why don't you get out of here?
Harmony, what are you doing?
She's doing the paper.
We decided I'd write the paper if they got the books. Getting the book takes 2 minutes. And besides, you're supposed to do your own paper.
You're gonna photocopy. Duh.
Our own papers? Duh. Listen, Harmony, I see 2 things wrong here. First, these guys aren't doing their work. And second, if you don't do your own work, you're gonna get in trouble.
Are you sure? I thought she said we could work in groups.
She didn't put it in writing. If we went to the dean, we'd win.
Oh, use your head. You know what she meant. It was wrong to have the same exact papers.
She said we could work in groups, and we are. She said we had to turn in a paper each, and we are.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean one person does all the work.
Hey, we found all the books.
Lewis, finding the books isn't doing the work. It's lame.
Yeah, you just got tried.
I thought you guys didn't want me in your group.
Harmony, we just happened to be sitting together when she assigned the groups. It's not like we don't like you or something.
Come on, Harmony. Let's do our own work.
Yeah, Miss Miranda will understand why you switched groups. Won't she?
It's all right. Go ahead. We don't need you anyway.
Yeah, right.
What are you, stupid? Now I'm gonna fail.
Shut up. We'll just copy from the book. Everything will be cool, you'll see. I know lots of people who do it. They never get caught. And if we do, nothing will happen to us anyway.
Mr. Greenfield, glad I found you. Can I close the door?
Sure, Juan. What's the problem?
Don't quite know how to say this.
Well, just take your time, Juan. Are you having problems at home?
No, sir, it's in school.
Trouble with a teacher or a student?
Well, sort of a student.
In my class?
Yeah. I really don't want to do this.
Do you think you're going to get someone into trouble?
Yes.
Is it a friend of yours?
I can't say that.
But you don't think you can say what he or she did?
I don't know. It's not fair.
Well, what's not fair?
It's not fair that I study so much.
Well, it's good that you study.
No, that's not what I mean. I study so much and other people don't.
Well, and you get good grades from hard work.
Yeah.
And?
And other people cheat.
And they get good grades from cheating.
Yes. Oh, I can't stand it. I study and study for hours and then people just cheat. I mean, I don't want my friend to be mad at me, but then I don't want to get him in trouble either.
So it is a friend cheating?
Yes.
Would this be easier if it were a stranger?
No, I don't know. Just that I don't want him to know that I told on him.
Whoa, hold on, Juan. Yeah, it's true, you're telling on him, but look at how you feel about this. You just gave very good reasons why this bothers you. I'm sure that others feel the same way, but they're not big enough to come forward with it. It bothers you enough that you felt you had to act.
Then why do I feel so bad?
Well, you said you don't want him to find out, but did you know the school's policy allows students to turn other students in without giving a name?
No.
You didn't even have to come and talk to me face to face. You could have just given me an anonymous note.
Really? But then wouldn't people turn in people for no reason? Everybody would take it as a joke. Everybody would turn everybody in for no reason.
Well, that is what happened, but it stopped after a while and now it's used correctly. But understand this, Juan, if someone cheated in my class, it's partially because I wasn't vigilant enough in my test giving. I missed it. And having someone bring it to my attention will raise my awareness. It's not a joke, ever. And you should feel good about evening the odds. It isn't fair that you do hard work and others don't. Never fool yourself about that.
Yeah.
Well, and what happens if I catch him cheating on the test today? Well, if I catch him, I have to have hard evidence that he was cheating. My word against his is not enough.
Do you need proof?
A cheat sheet, writing on his shoes, anything. And the person who brought him or her to my attention would remain absolutely anonymous. It is a big deal, isn't it?
It's George.
Okay, you have your test. All right, now like I've always told you, do not begin until I finish talking. Sign the honor code on the cover sheet, and if you do not sign it, I will not grade your test. I'll take it and assume that you've either given or received information. As usual, I'll walk throughout the room and monitor your progress. Do not talk, do not ask to go to the bathroom, and do not ask questions. Okay, you may begin.
Test today. Coach won't let me play football this weekend, and Annie's being a real loser. I know it's hard, but you'll really be helping. So I'll get the notes later? Okay, bye. Andy, what's up? Oh, no, nothing. I just seem to be the loser now. Andy,
Shut up, man. You're pathetic.
Listen, do you think you could put this in the Dean of Students mailbox for me? Thanks.
George, what are you doing? What was that?
No, sir, don't. At least let me finish. My parents are gonna kill me. Sir, I've never done this before. Mr. Greenfield. Why are you doing this to me?
Save it, George. Save it for the dean and for the academic honor court.
Hey, George.
Hey, Mark.
What happened at the dean's office?
Nothing. She was in a meeting.
Prolonging the agony, eh?
Yeah, great.
What happened, George? Why didn't you call me? We could have studied like we usually do.
I know, it's just that I've been so out there lately. My classes are so hard for me, and my parents won't let me switch out.
Even though your grades are falling?
Yeah.
That's retarded. Look what they made you do.
They didn't make me do this. I did this. Me and my stupid cheat sheet.
You mean your parents aren't to blame at all?
Well, they do have to switch me out of a class or two and into some regulars. But none of the yelling that they've done to me about switching classes is going to compare to what they do to me when they find out that I cheated. I'm such an idiot. How could I have done something so stupid?
Well, you have had a lot going on. Sometimes things get hectic. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, as long as it's not cheating. These next few weeks are going to suck. Why did this have to happen to me? Why did I have to get caught cheating? Why couldn't this have happened to somebody else?
Okay, class, I know this is your first big writing assignment, but as is my policy with all writing assignments, I'm going to randomly choose papers and ask you questions about what you wrote. The reason I do this, for those of you who haven't had my class before, is so I can make sure you know what you're writing about. It's important for the writer to have a good hand on what he or she is writing. It makes for clear, concise writing as well as thinking, okay? Okay, let's see. Justin,
What, Mrs. Lofton?
who's the author in your report?
John Updike, ma'am.
This looks good. This looks real good. Wait, all right. But what do you mean when you write that Updike's banal words of happiness and discord give dimension to family situations?
Excuse me?
Well, I can see how Updike's language rounds out for the reader these outwardly commonplace occurrences he is writing about. However, I am interested in your use of the term banal.
What about it?
Okay, I have a very short fuse, Justin. All I want to know is, what did you mean when you used the word banal?
Just what I said, Mrs. Lofton. Banal. It's right there in my paper.
Justin, can you recite for me the sentence in which you used the word? Just tell me the sentence you wrote.
I can't.
I don't think you wrote this paper, Justin. You will take this discipline report down to the dean. I will hold your paper until she needs it. We will compare your paper to all the sources you cited in your report. I am writing that I believe that your report will have major similarities to one or more of your sources.
George, you want to come in now? Come on. Hi, George. How are you? It's nice to see you. Have a seat. You want to close that door, please? I don't know if you've ever been in my office before, George. If not, you're here now. I have a discipline report on my desk from Mr. Greenfield, and unfortunately it deals with academic dishonesty while taking a history test. Would you like to tell me about that? What happened?
I don't even know. I've just been so, busy, my classes, it just seems like they're too much for me, and I got behind, and I just couldn't handle, I just didn't want to do so on the test, and it's just like I had no other choice.
You felt you didn't have another choice. You realize now, surely, that you had many other options. Was it sort of a shortcut for you?
It just seemed like the only way that I could possibly get everything done.
An unfortunate choice on your part. I know sometimes stress gets in the way and busy schedules get in the way, but you must never ever let anything get in the way of your integrity and your character, because to give away some of your character integrity for a grade is a foolish exchange. I need to let you know what will happen to you here at school. We operate on a 3-strike rule. This would be your first strike. And what's going to deal, the way that that's going to come down for you is that you're going to receive a 0 on the test. Because the work doesn't get a grade, it doesn't deserve a grade. It doesn't reflect what you know. It's not a proper assessment of what you know. Therefore, it has no value. The second thing that's going to happen is I'm going to ask you to go home tonight and tell your parents. I want them to hear the story from you. I think it's important. So tonight around the dinner table, you need to tell them what happened to you at school. And you need to tell them that you're willing to take the responsibility for your actions, that you regret your actions, and that these are the consequences for you. The next thing that I need to let you know is, should you replicate academic dishonesty, should it happen to you again, should you make another unwise choice like this one, you would be suspended from school. Suspension would be served 3 consecutive Saturday morning detentions. Should you again then in your 4 years choose to repeat academic dishonesty, you would be expelled from school. We have zero tolerance for cheating. We understand that sometimes kids make poor judgments for themselves. And so certainly that's built into our hierarchy of penalties. For you now, I would imagine the biggest penalty will be facing your parents. And knowing that this is now on your record, it'll be in my confidential file. A copy of this discipline report will go to your teacher. A copy will go to your guidance counselor. And a copy will be mailed to your parents. You'll also be required to have a review or a hearing with our Student Academic Honor Court. It's a group of your peers that will help to counsel you and clarify what choices you could have made rather than this mark against your integrity. We hope that this whole process will help you to know more than you knew when you made your choices about the consequences, and we hope that it will certainly deter any inclination or temptation that you might have to replicate. Do you understand, George? I want you to read this discipline report, make sure that you understand it, and then if you'll sign it for me, please. Thank you very much for your willingness to take responsibility for your actions. Hopefully, it'll be a learning experience for you, okay? I want you to stick your head in my office tomorrow morning and let me know how it went with your parents. Okay? I'm sure they'll be supportive of you. Thanks. Take care. Come on in, George. Let's all have seats and get started.
Okay, this meeting of the Academic Honor Court is now in session. Chief Justice.
George? George? Something wrong?
I just don't know what I'm doing here. I mean, I already had my talk with Miss Fitz, and I'm not getting out of the house for the rest of the year as far as my parents are concerned. I mean, what else could you possibly do to me?
Well, I have a formal mission statement to read, and it might give you some idea of what's going on here, okay?
Okay.
Alright, this meeting is only a hearing. We're a panel of your peers, and we're not here to judge you. We realize you may already have been charged with academic dishonesty, so we're not here to determine guilt or innocence. We also realize you've received punishment from the administration, so we're not here to punish you.
I'm not going to get another punishment?
Well, no. Well, the purpose of this court is to allow the student to give his or her side of the story, with the intention of assisting the student in realizing the importance of academic honesty and integrity in the Gulliver community, providing answers to questions regarding GPAC and its purpose, providing suggestions to students to help them understand that cheating is not an option, and providing formal recommendations to the administration on the student's behalf based on this hearing. Does that clear things up a bit, George?
Yeah. When Mr. Greenfield said save it for the honor court, I thought I was going on trial or something.
Well, no. We just want to hear your side of the story. We want to negate gossip and help you to see things from other points of view that you may not realize have existed.
Like what?
Well, first of all, why did you cheat?
Well, like I told Miss Fitz, I just had so much work and all this stuff after school and hard classes, you know. It just seemed like the only thing I could do. These are my problems.
Are they?
Well, yeah.
Well, let's say you got away with cheating, George. What would happen then? What if you got an A?
What about it?
I'm going to read a list of things that might have happened. Students somehow knew you cheated, and who had studied would think it's unfair. It gives the teacher a warped view of how the material is coming across. The teacher might think his or her class is too easy and make the class harder, which would be unfair for everybody. You could inflate the class average and blow the curve.
Okay, I get it.
Do you, George?
Yes, my cheating caused problems for other people, and I didn't realize it. I got caught, and it caused problems for me. But I had problems. I mean, I just felt like it was all I could do.
So cheating was your last resort?
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, I've been wanting to get out of my hard classes, or at least some of them. Except my parents,
Well, so you realize that there is an alternative, and that's where we come in. Number one, you see how cheating affects you and others. Number two, we must tell you that if you get caught a second time cheating, you'll get suspended. Third time, and you'll be expelled. And lastly, we can make recommendations. Would you like the panel to formally recommend to the administration that your classes are reworked and reviewed for academic purposes?
Yeah. Will my parents go for that?
You know, I think there's a strong possibility that they will, now that they've learned that you've voiced a serious and sincere concern. Help them work better with your guidance counselor so that we can look at your schedule and figure out what works best for you.
Okay, so let's work out the specifics and figure out how we're going to make this work.
That's it.
But none of the yelling they've done to me about switching classes is going to compare to what they do to me when they find out I cheated. How could I have been so stupid?
Yeah! Sorry!
George, take it from the top. How frustrating is this?
That's it.
Okay, keep rolling. Is he clear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold. 3, 2, 1, cut.